This video is independent training created by TripleTron and me, Marcus Miller. It is not official LeadsLeap training, and TripleTron is not owned, operated, or endorsed by LeadsLeap. Some links shared in this training may be affiliate links, which means we may earn a commission if you choose to join or upgrade through them at no extra cost to you. This training is for educational purposes only. Results are not guaranteed. Your results depend on your own effort, consistency, marketing activity, follow-up traffic, and business decisions. Hello, my name is Marcus Miller, and welcome to Day 13 of the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass 30-Day Launch Sprint. Today we are going to talk about how to use simple stories in your emails. Stories are powerful because people do not just remember facts. They remember moments. They remember situations. They remember examples they can relate to. That is why a simple story can make your email more personal, more interesting, and easier to understand. Now, when I say story, I do not mean you need to write a long autobiography. You do not need to tell your entire life story. You do not need to make the email dramatic. You just need to share a short moment, lesson, example, or experience that connects to the point you are teaching. A story can be as simple as, when I first started online, I thought traffic was the whole game. That one sentence opens the door. It feels human. It makes the reader want to know what you learned. Then you can connect the story to the lesson. But I later learned that traffic without follow-up usually disappears. Now the reader understands the point. The story makes the lesson easier to receive. This is important because people do not want to feel like they are being sold all the time. They want to feel like someone understands them. They want to feel like they are learning from a real person. Simple stories help you do that. They make your follow-up feel less robotic. They help your message stand out from all the emails that only say click here or join now. A good story can build connection before it asks for action. Now let's talk about the type of stories you can use. The first type is a beginner story. This is where you talk about what it feels like when someone is just getting started. For example, when I first looked at online marketing, it felt like there were too many tools, too many links, and too many opinions. That is relatable. A lot of people feel that way. Then you can connect it to the lesson. That is why I believe in keeping the process simple. Capture leads, follow up, and take one action step at a time. Now the story has a purpose. The second type is a mistake story. This is where you share a common mistake and the lesson learned from it. For example, one mistake many marketers make is sending traffic straight to an opportunity page without capturing the lead first. Then explain, if the person leaves, there may be no way to contact them again. That is why building a list matters. That story teaches. It does not shame anyone. It helps the reader understand why the system matters. The third type is a realization story. This is where you explain a shift in thinking. For example, at first I thought the goal was just to get more clicks. Then I realized the real goal was to build a follow-up system. That is simple, but it gives the reader a clear lesson. The fourth type is a prospect story. This is where you describe what your reader may be experiencing. For example, maybe you have tried promoting links before, but nothing really happened. You got a few clicks, maybe even some visitors, but no real momentum. That helps the reader feel seen. Then you can guide them. That is why this training focuses on building a real follow-up path instead of just sending traffic and hoping. Stories help your message feel real. But here is the important part. Every story should connect to a lesson. Do not tell random stories that have no purpose. Your story should lead somewhere. It should help the reader understand one idea. It should support the point of the email. It should make the next step feel natural. A simple structure is story, lesson, action. First, share the short story. Second, explain the lesson. Third, give the reader the next step. Here is an example. Subject line. I made this mistake early on. Email body. Hi. When I first started learning online marketing, I thought traffic was the answer to everything. I believed that if I could just get enough clicks, results would automatically happen. But I learned that traffic without follow-up can disappear quickly. That is why building a list is so important. When you capture leads and follow up, you give yourself a better chance to build trust over time. Today's step is simple. Click here to watch the training and continue building your follow-up system. Place your link here, take it one step at a time. Talk soon. Your name. That email is not complicated. It starts with a relatable story. It teaches a lesson. It gives one clear next step. That is how you use stories effectively. Now, here is what to avoid. Do not make up fake stories. Do not exaggerate income. Do not pretend you had results you did not have. Do not use stories to manipulate people. Your stories should be honest. They can be simple. They can be based on what you learned, what you noticed, or what many beginners experience. Honesty builds trust. Also, do not make the story too long. Remember, this is email. You are not writing a book. You are creating a short message that keeps the reader connected. A few sentences can be enough. Sometimes one short paragraph is all you need. Now let's connect this to your LeadsLeap SendSteed follow-up campaign. By now, you should have several messages started. Today, your job is to improve one of them by adding a simple story. Choose an email that teaches a point. Maybe it talks about list building. Maybe it talks about follow-up. Maybe it talks about consistency. Add a short story at the beginning. Then connect that story to the lesson. Then keep your call to action clear. Do not add a story just to make the email longer. Add it to make the email more relatable. That is the goal. Today's action step is simple. Open your LeadsLeap SendSteed follow-up campaign. Choose one email, add a short, honest story or example at the beginning. Connect that story to the main lesson. Keep the message focused. Keep one clear call to action. Save the message, then read it out loud. If it sounds natural, you are on the right track. That is day 13 of the TripleTron LeadsLeap Masterclass. Today you learned that simple stories can make your emails more personal, more memorable, and easier to understand. A good story does not need to be long. It just needs to be honest, relatable, and connected to the lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about how to review and test your follow-up links, because even a strong email cannot work if the link is broken or confusing. Subscribe to the channel, complete today's action step, and I will see you in day 14.